All right, what's going on, everyone? Supreme Kami over here, and today we are going to be taking a look at the Welfare Gusion or Gundam Gusion Rebake over here. So, I have already purchased the part over here. Just gonna do a little bit of a brief run through of like what to really get. So there are going to be 8 parts over here. So, like I said again, try to get at least one part per, the whole set, for example. If you don't feel like maxing out, that's fine, all that, but kind of do keep that in mind. This one does have the link attribute because we do have the standard version of it. So that is going to be pretty much it in terms of like these over here. So I will definitely go a little bit more in depth about them. What I will not do, I will not buy this one, right? Because in terms of like the upgrading fees, all the resources, I think they're not as hard as to get them nowadays compared to like back then, right? So I wouldn't mind going out of my way to actually get the 3-star version and then upgrade it to the 5-star, and bam, because I look at that, this is only going to be costing you 10 of these event coins, while this one, right, whoops, click on the wrong one. Like, if you take a look at this is like 400 coins, so we're definitely not doing that. So that's that. Definitely try to get all these other resources as well, like completely farmed all these out. They're pretty much crucial, right? So that's that. All right, so going back over here, so I have pulled up the old version and the new version over here because like there's a drastic change, in terms of EX skill. Like they're definitely, I will have to say a step better in terms of the standard version. I don't really have this one to like max out, for example, so I can't really like give you guys like a good comparison, but we can definitely do a few comparison, since I do have the Gusion, this one kind of max out. So what kind of stat we're looking at for this one? So this one is maxed out, all traded. Keep that in mind, this is all traded, so in terms of like the resources that you need, it's gonna be a little bit more. So this one is looking at what, 9,006, or not 9,000, 961, so that's not too bad. And then melee defense is at 5,200. So what about the new one? What are we looking at? Oh, okay, 2,000, and then 4,300 for that melee defense. Like, my gosh, let me know. You guys definitely let me know which one do you guys think is better. I think it's a pretty clear picture. Like, definitely in terms of the standard Gusion, that one is just all. If you're looking at it without the alteration, it's gonna be it's like a night and day situation over here. So I think in terms of the new version, it's definitely like a very good free to play friendly. Let's just say you started the game today, you don't really know what's going on. You just have no idea where to get a lot of resources, for example. Like, do you guys think this one is better, or do you guys think this one is better? You guys kind of keep that in mind. This one, you kind of have to get it up to like, in terms of altering it, you do have to get it up to 6 stars. So if you're like a brand new player, day one new player, like, let me know, how do you get all those resources ready, right? So this one, I think this one is just made available. You just kind of have to upgrade it to 5-star. 6-star is kind of like far-fetched for like a new player, for example. But I'm pretty sure this one is gonna allow like a new player to kind of steamroll to maybe like a good portion of like the story event, for example. So I mean, this one is 10 times better than this one, for example, right? Just looking at some of the portrait this one is offering, like, look at that. Man, this one is giving us some flat damage increase, like flat damage reduction, while this one over here, this one is actually giving you some good, like percentage boosting. So so that's what I'm saying. Like, this one, like, although I know that a lot of people, like, they don't like having like a rehash of it, but if you talk about like as a whole, as a community, as like a whole player, like the whole player base, for example, I think this is a very beneficial thing for like a brand new player. So definitely no complaints on that, so not bad. Let me check out the backpack. I think the backpack, there's a big difference, right? Starting off with the stat 3,000 for bow, actually, just gonna round that up right there. And then moving over, I don't have this one altered, so we can definitely see what kind of difference. Oh yeah, 900 and then 3,000. I'm gonna take a look at the altered version, just want to be sure. But yeah, without the alteration, the old one just cannot compare. It's there's no competition right there. So looking at this one, okay, back portion, we are looking at the Gusion. So where's the Gusion at? This one right here. So what is the Gusion giving us? Oh yeah, Nope, there's no comparison at all. Like, look at this one. This one is ranking up 1,300. This have some pretty good defense, but even if you take into the consideration of a 40% change melee change gear, it's not gonna be that much. The flat out like the raw melee attack, it just makes a big difference. So yeah, this one is definitely losing it by a lot. So, but in terms of the old one, the differences between the old one and then the new one is this one is boosting defense, so this is not gonna be like a good way to actually do good damage. Even if you have those buff trait, simply you have good defense, but in terms of like actual attack, you're not getting that. So this version, not only is giving you this literally the same thing, but the reverse. You're getting actual melee attack. You also do get like a mini, like a reduced cooldown by 18%. So this one is hot. This one is like a new toy. It's like really good. So yeah, I'm definitely for this. Like if they, I don't mind them doing like a rehash for example, but if they make it better than the alternative version of the standard, I'm definitely for that. It's just very resources friendly. You don't have to spend a lot of resources into this right here, which is like already bad for example. So yeah, you guys definitely let me know in that respect. So in terms of caliber, I'm pretty sure this one is the same D and B split. And then what about this one? What are we looking at? So looking at it at the alternative version, yeah, night and day. Telling you guys, like this is like night and day. Like D power and D pierce and C minus power, like we're not having that, right? Same effects over there, so not bad. I think what I want to test it out is definitely gonna be this one over here. Since this one, oh no, never mind. This one, I was about to say, I thought this one has A pierce, but so this one has A minus. So I was about to say I want to test out what is the differences, but I'm pretty sure this one should perform slightly less damage because this one is only at B power. But we will definitely do some test running on this one over here because I never really fully use like the full skin the Gusion Gundam, so I just want to see what's going on. But man, like I'm telling you guys, like the new version is definitely the better version. Like power craft, that's definitely the thing. Waterlight portrait is definitely visible. You guys can definitely see it. These are all very good portrait. Like this one is good, this one is good. Like these two may not be the hottest, but hey, they're percentage based, right? So that's definitely a lot more better than this janky one over here. So let me put this on a skin, and then I'll actually be putting it on this melee build over here. So let me actually take this out. I was using this for like a video I think earlier this week, so let me kind of remove that. So in terms of overall build, that is like the bare bone. Took down the skin. So this build is gonna favor a lot more in terms of buff traits. So in terms of the new version, the backpack specifically is giving that squad melee attack up by what 29%, I believe. So it's gonna greatly benefiting from this portrait, this portrait, this portrait, and this portrait. So that's why in terms of the old one, it's not gonna output as much as the new one. That is given fact because of the buff trait. So I mean, just you can't compare. So let me put it on a skin, and then we will do some testing. I don't think I'll try to see if I would do like a cooldown reduction type setup for it as well, but I purely want to see what kind of damage differences we can see from this little EX skill. So yeah, we'll be right back. Alright, so we are in. So this is not a cooldown reduction type build. Simply I just want to pick some target that is actually going to be type advantage. I just want to see what kind of damage you can expect, and then after that I'll actually hop into the old version just to do like a little bit of a damage comparison. But obviously in terms of the standard version, I don't have it at max cell level EX skill level 10, so we will definitely see some damage discrepancy for sure. So let me activate that limit break and then use the halibut throw, and oh my god, was there even type advantage? I can't even tell you guys that. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of damage. Alright, what about this, the custom EX skill? Oh boy. Okay. Yep, those buff traits are definitely 5 million? Do you guys think? Alright. Do you guys think the old version can hit that much? That was crazy, man. Oh my gosh. That's a lot of damage. Like, okay. Cool. Halibut throw, so let me do that real quick once again. So right now I still have some buffs going on. So this is still a type advantage. So I just want to see, right? Mana buffs is actually going for like a long time. That's definitely a surprise. Like, it's still going on. Hello? Alright, it's gone. So how much are we gonna hit for? 1.8 million, that's actually not too bad, you know. I'll definitely take that. And this one, can we get that last hit? Okay, that's like a 400 and what? 549k. That's actually not too bad. So definitely in terms of this one, it's looking pretty strong already. Obviously it is under my build, so definitely it is gonna be a little strong. Gonna be strong for sure. So that was like 3 million. Wow, that was with the bubs. Yeah, that's why. Crazy. So I think that is going to be pretty much it in terms of overall testing. So for this build, so let me do hop in with the old setup and then see what is going to be the difference. Okay, so running it back once again. So going to be doing the same thing that I did last time. So going to activate limit break first and then going to hit this one with the shield throw first. And okay, 3.9, alright. So in terms of what we did for the standard, that was actually a 3.1. So it's not too far-fetched, right? So now the finale, the custom, right? Because in terms of custom, we're not getting any buffs. So we just want to see how much are we actually doing. So 3.6, so it's not that far off, in terms of the actual standard version of it or the welfare version of it, because the welfare one does actually have like an actual buff going on. So that's why we were able to hit like 5 million digit in types of disadvantage. So it's actually not too bad. So now we're looking at a situation where we don't have any buffs. So what are we gonna do right here? Let's do it 2.6. I definitely don't remember how I did in terms of the standard or the welfare version, but I mean, like, I think the testing is definitely a clear cut in terms of like looking at it from the standard to a welfare version. This one is definitely not going to hit as hard in terms of the cutscene, and this one lacking that reduced cooldown by 18%. It's definitely going to hurt a little bit in terms of like the actual gimmick. So I mean, like, I definitely have to give it to the welfare version, but in terms of the Gusion, the halberd throw, this one in situation it is definitely going to do a little bit better. Obviously this one is looking at a low battery. This one is right now, oh yeah, so this is what happens when you lose killing or something happens like that, low battery. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna say that in terms of the standard is definitely gonna it's gonna hit harder. Alteration, they definitely gonna hit harder. A minus power compared to B plus definitely not compared to that. So yeah. Alright guys, but with that being said, that is going to be pretty much it in terms of the testing for both the new Gusion Rebake and the old version of it. So I think, I'm not going to put this into a cooldown reduction type build because I'm pretty sure it's a pretty clear cut to see which one is better, which one is bad. Not in a really bad way. I still think that in terms of the Gusion Shield All-Trader version, still going to hit a little bit harder. But in terms of like the gimmicks for this new version of it, definitely gonna be a lot more better. Just gonna allow you to hit harder because of the actual not buffing defense, but actually buffing attacks, and then having that gimmick of what reduced cooldown by 18%. That's actually a pretty cool effects that they're adding right there. But you guys can definitely let me know how do you guys feel right now at the moment in terms of like just rehashing. This is probably the third time, right? Third time seeing a rehash of a older standard. I don't know if they are going to continue to trend with doing this, like the next event for example, but if they are going to give us like quality like this one over here, I'm definitely up for it. For new player, definitely going to be really helpful. But with that being said, that is going to be pretty much it, and then I'll catch you guys all on the next one.